My name is Royce Day, and this is my story. I was a drug addict for 10 years of my life before I met Jesus. Despite having an amazing family who loves me, I remembered nothing but pain, suffering, and loneliness before I met Christ. I had a hole in my heart that no amount of narcotics would ever fill, although I had tried my hardest. Believe me, I tried my hardest. I tried every drug you can think of, and every time I did, it just left me feeling a little bit more hopeless than I did the time before. Completely trapped in my addiction and out of hope, I tried to take my own life. Years of addiction had left me completely hating myself. I was consumed by regret, guilt, shame, and condemnation. This wasn't the first time that I had tried to end it all, but it would turn out to be the last. See, God had bigger plans for me than I had for myself. I just didn't know it yet. So my parents dropped me off at a rehab center in Colorado, and I found myself 1,000 miles away from home with a bunch of people I had never met. I was completely alone, and the truth is I had always felt that way. I always felt misunderstood, like people didn't see me. Like people didn't see my struggles or my pain. Regardless of how many friends I had or how well people loved me, I always felt a million miles away. During my time in rehab, I had no family, friends, or phone, only the clothes on my back and my childhood Bible. Out of pure desperation, I decided to read this Bible for the first time in well over a decade. I opened right to a page with a sticky note on it. And this sticky note was from a passage in Matthew 6:25 through 34. And the sticky note said, "These verses tell me that I am important to God. They tell me to seek the Lord, and they tell me not to worry because He will take care of all my needs." Those words, "I'm important to God," they pierced me to my soul, and they changed my life forever. I repeated them over and over and just sat there and realized that I was important to God, that I wasn't alone, that I didn't have to keep living life alone. God sees me. He sees every part of me. He understands me in a way that no one else ever will. He knows me intimately, and He loves me. Today, because of Jesus, my relationship with those that I love have been restored. And I get to enjoy time with my family without being high all the time. I have a job that I love and an apprenticeship with the church where I get to serve my Father in heaven. In just 1 year, I went from trap houses to worship gatherings, from drug deals to Bible studies, baby. That's crazy. I no longer feel alone. Not only do I have a church community, but I have confidence knowing that Jesus is always with me. I find great comfort in that. Because of Jesus, I feel joy. I feel peace. Because of Jesus, I have freedom. The same is true for everybody in this room. You are important to God. He sees you. He sees your pain. He sees your struggles. He sees the darkest parts of your life. And He loves you. He knows you in a way that you can't possibly understand. You don't have to keep living life alone. You have a Father in heaven who created you, who understands you, loves you, and will always be there for you. You can always count on Jesus, and you are important to Jesus.